Am I first? I don't know. Bust out your Google machine. Hey, somebody want to look up what's the life expectancy of an iguana? Because apparently the lizard queen is dead. Push pull, pro con, up down left right, black white. Not race, you racist assholes. Like yin yang. On the one hand, I understand that like we have a bunch of I don't even like the word followers. We have a bunch of members in the Bear Nation from the United Kingdom-ish area, asterisk, question mark. And I don't know how you feel about the British monarchy. I don't give two shits about it. But if you're in mourning today, I apologize for everything I'm about to say. It's not against you. So don't take it personally. And if you do take it personally, maybe like reassess your priorities in life. If the lizard queen dying has ruined your day, maybe you need to be doing some more impactful shit closer to home. But I already love the fact that there are conspiracy theories swirling. She's not actually dead. She's 96. What's the life expectancy of an iguana?
214.
214. She went out early.
Yeah.
She went out early. It must have been the CIA took her out.
Well, my wife thinks that she's about 400 and something years old.
That's also possible.
Yeah.
A lot of makeup on that dome. A lot of makeup on that dome. So, who's the king now? Oh, Yeshua HaMashiach. That's right. He's the king. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall confess. And maybe it's just because I'm an American. We don't really, or we used to not so much care for kings. And then we started electing them. But that's a whole different story. Trump will fix everything. Biden's such an asshole. Who cares? Who cares? Do you remember there's a little guy by the name of George Washington? You might have heard of him. Kind of foundational, literally, here in this country. And in his farewell speech, he said a thing about a two-party system, i.e. don't have one. But I digress. So the queen is dead, and or officially dead. Who knows how long she's been dead, but like, because she might have been in animated corpse mode for a hot minute, like a decade or two.
It happens when your tail gets cut off.
Roger that. Iguanas really live 200 years?
I just pulled that out of the air. I can use the Google machine to find out.
You literally holding a Google machine. All right, Bear Brief, 9 September 22. Bear, where are you? I'm doing stuff. What are you doing, Bear? Stuff, I just told you. Unemployment filings in the Estados Unidos have fallen to their lowest level since May. Shut up, asshole. I'm talking to a camera over here. The labor market is quite strong, even though economic growth is weak. Usually, the Federal Reserve raising interest rates cools job growth as well, and the common signs of a recession have already occurred. But businesses everywhere are seeking workers even in this economic climate. ABC News reported, quote, businesses remain desperate to find workers, posting more than 11 million job openings in July, meaning there are nearly 2 job vacancies on average for every unemployed American. Yep. This begs the question, where did all the people go? We've talked about this. A lot of people said they're dead because they did those 2 things and that other thing. Maybe. Maybe they legitimately died of COVID. Maybe they learned from the age of COVID, had enough of your hamster wheel, I don't want to run on it anymore. Or maybe they're suckling on the teat of the federal government. There's more people now that receive money from the government than who pay taxes. Did you know that? 1 Timothy 5 verse 8, he who does not work has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Something you might want to think about. You don't understand. I've only got half of an arm and 3 toes and I'm missing 6 vertebrae. Cool. Get after it. Find something you can do and be productive. Get after it. Like, you think Yah doesn't know that? You think he's surprised? Oh my gosh, he's missing 6 vertebrae. Oops. Somebody get a hold of the angel in charge of the people factory. How come Timmy's short 6 vertebrae? Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Improvise, adapt, overcome. He who does not work has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Oof, and that's in the New Testament, y'all. So even all you, like, we're under grace, all you Christians with that, by the blood of Jesus. All right, get your ass to work. Interestingly, it gets weirder in the micro. A recent Gallup poll revealed that quiet quitters who are not engaged at work make up half of the workforce in the US. Half of the people who are currently working aren't actually doing their jobs. Now, we don't have that problem at Refuge Medical, at Grindstone Ministries, at Refuge Training, and at our other various business ventures, because the Father has blessed us with a team of badass people. So shout out to everybody within the organization listening this morning. Love y'all. Almost Shabbat Shalom. I know, one more day, and then we get to rest. It's going to be awesome. But I see this when we go out into the world, these quiet quitters. I see a lot of that. What about you, Dud?
All the time. They put out low quality work because they know that's all that's expected of them.
They can just drag their feet because the company needs people. I got a news flash for you. If you're one of those companies that just needs people, fire the quiet quitters. 4 quarters philosophy. I'd rather have 4 people that want to be here than 100 people that don't. The people that are draining your payroll, they're a cancer. Get rid of them, because what you tolerate, they will embrace. You are allowing that standard to exist within your organization. Get rid of them. Yeah, but who's gonna do the HR booklets? That's Tina's job. Well, if Tina sucks at her job, get rid of it. Outsource that. Give it away. Pareto principle. Find an HR company that you can incentivize with cold hard cash rather than paying Tina's salary when she's clocked in for 40 hours and she's actually working 18 of them. Sorry, Tina, your work performance sucks. Suck it up, Buttercup. Toodaloo. See, there's this disproportionate idea right now that, like, the leverage is on behalf of the labor currently. And I'm all for, there's a Torah for this, right? A workman is worth their hire. You do good work, I will pay you. You do bad work, you won't be here. The end. Again, I would rather have 4 people who want to be here than 100 who don't. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the heartache. It's not worth the trouble. And the cancer it creates within your organization when you tolerate subpar human beings, unacceptable. Many employees are seeking other jobs to quell their dissatisfaction with poor management, a hostile work environment, and inadequate pay. She's on the other foot now, right? Cool. Go to a place that has good management, that has good leadership, that has good pay. They exist. They're out there. In fact, I bet you that there are small businesses right now within the sound of my voice that are begging for good people to show up. Begging for good people to show up. In fact, Badger, good morning, Badger. How you doing this morning? How about on the Patreon-only Discord, we go ahead and set up an employment tab for businesses that are looking for people and for people that are looking for businesses, so that the Bear Nation can do Bear Nation stuff and link up together. Okay, boss. Thanks, Badger. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Healthcare was one of the sectors heavily impacted by disengagement, which is quite the indicator of rampant dissatisfaction of the vital workforce in such an important area of society. I personally know a lot of people that work in healthcare. Some of them now work for me. I know a lot of people that were required to do those 2 things and another thing that were like, got a better idea. How about you kiss my ass and I get out of here? And guess what? They left. And now, imagine that, the hospitals can't find people to do shift work. You know why? Because the hospitals tried to force people to do something they didn't want to do, and now there's nobody to do the shift work. Because they all said, or most of them said, kiss my ass, I'm out of here, I'm not doing it. As is their right.
And all the other ones are just dancing on TikTok.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. 43,000 people dead of COVID-19. It's like, let's get some nurses dancing in the hallway.
Hot off the news desk.
Hot off. What do we got?
Iguanas live 12 to 15 years. However, there is a 200-year-old salamander still alive in China.
So the queen was a Chinese salamander, is what you're saying.
What what she is.
This just in, the Queen of England has ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Gosh dang, people. Thank you for that, Dud. Appreciate that. Let's see. Currently, California is enduring triple digits as a heat wave shatters historical records. But so far, rolling blackouts have been avoided. Barely. You should read the prophets in the Bible, right? I will shut up the skies like iron to you. Skies will be like bronze to you. Right? Why? Because of your sins, your iniquities, your lawlessness. Oh yeah, you're a 5-year-old girl wants gender reassignment surgery? No problem, sweetie. Yeah. But you want a gun? No. Can't do that. But here you go. Here's some hormone replacement therapy, a mastectomy. We'll turn your inside parts into outside parts, or your outside parts into inside parts. Whatever. Who cares about the fact that there's a 78% suicide rate of people who've had gender reassignment surgery within 10 years, and that 90+% of them exhibit remorse at the fact that they ever did it in the first place, and the fact that you're 5, right? Who cares? No big deal. Also, by the way, we figured out how to deal with our trash problem. We're going to use the trash to fire the incinerators that we put all the aborted babies in. And we don't know why it's not raining. No correlation, right? Causation is not correlation. Correlation is not causation, Bear. Okay, or read the damn book and do what it says. It eliminates a lot of the mysteries of life, right? How interesting. Authorities in California urged residents to reduce their usage of electricity after just a couple days ago saying everybody has to switch to electric cars, right? And they responded by turning up their thermostats, foregoing hot dinners, and so on. Even though overall demand for electricity still hit a record high on Tuesday, it appears everyone's efforts were rewarded. Governor Gavin Newsom thanked Californians, saying, and isn't he the nephew of Pelosi?
It's all intertwined.
I think he's more of a Gila monster than a Chinese salamander.
That might be it. We need to look up to see how long those live.
That's true. Let's see. Even though overall demand for electricity still hit a record high on Tuesday, it appears that everyone's efforts were rewarded. Governor Gila Monster thanked Californians, saying, quote, 27 million of those text messages went out, and within 45 minutes, we saw a roughly 2,600 megawatt reduction in usage. Had that not happened, we would have had some episodic load reduction. That was extraordinary. Episodic load reduction, in other words, rolling blackouts, right? Change the words, control the words, control the narrative, make it, smooth it over a little bit. Good morning, ma'am. Wonderful. How are you? Hell yeah, we are.
Indeed.
That, wow. So you ordered this car in December and you got it 2 weeks ago. Yay, supply chain. Yeah. There you go. I love it. That's awesome.
Instead of a coal-powered car.
Still, you have a blessed day, ma'am. Oh, we won't. Still, some people did lose power in California, and some did experience rolling blackouts. About 4,400 households and businesses lost power Wednesday morning in the Silicon Valley, but that was reportedly due to squirrel damage to cables. Now, that happens. I've seen that happen. But usually it happens to telecom, because when a squirrel bites through a hot wire, there's no squirrel anymore. So maybe it's possible it blew a fuse and there was 4,400 homes on one fuse. That was a big ass squirrel, but whatever. Also, it's California, so who knows? It could have been an overbuilt, underbuilt situation. I don't know. cascading effects, probably. Squirrels to blame for this 4,400 household outage in California.
Y'all be safe.
Yes, ma'am, you too. Oh, we ain't worried about the nuts. I got an anti-nut device right here.
I got a couple of them in here.
Yeah, we're
I'll tell you, you haven't thought about a good can of wasp spray.
wasp
Yes.
spray. I like to spray them with one of these.
Yeah, well, I got one in here.
You do? Good for you. I like you. You're all right.
I'm a concealed carry, but I'm not supposed to carry. But guess what?
Yeah,
I pay the note. I pay the insurance,
that's right.
and I'm not gonna be a victim.
Nope, not at
Nope,
all.
I love it.
And I'm gonna be the only story left to tell when it's over with.
Good for you.
Y'all take care.
Yes, ma'am, you too. People just being neighborly out here in the South.
Is
So
this the South?
Well, not technically according to the South.
Yeah, I see all of these weird maps that, oh, this is the Midwest, this is the West, this is the South, but some people don't call this part. Hey, I just live here.
It's all identity masturbation.
That's true.
They're like, well, the South will rise again. Shut up, right? Just shut up. You haven't risen up yet. Not yet. What's it gonna take for you to rise up? Just curious. Tyranny? Nope. Not that. Reduction in freedoms? Nope. How about reduction in mobility, right? Freedom of mobility? Nope. Nope. How about inflation? Nope. How about stolen elections? Nope. How about legislation by edict and credo with three-letter alphabet soup agencies? Nope, not that. How about the wanton murdering of the unborn? Nope. How about abominations against biblical principles? Nope. How about the reduction of your access to food? Nope. How about the indoctrination of your children? Nope. Sounds a lot like ego and hubris and bravado to me. Like, you ain't gonna rise up over shit. We're gonna make this country great again. Man, you can't clean your own damn house and raise your own kids, and you're gonna make the country great again? Okay. Yeah, I believe you, Cletus, whatever you say. Back to NorCal. There was also rolling blackouts in 5 municipalities in Northern California, though that was blamed on a communication breakdown with the Northern California Electrical Group. At the time of this writing, everyone is waiting on Hurricane K to bring wind, rain, and drastic relief upon the region on Friday, today. That's fun. When you're so messed up that you wait for a hurricane to show up, the hurricane is the answer to your problems. Yeah, that's fun. A little bit of bonus intel. Now, bonus intel is drying up. And I don't have any emotion wrapped up around this. Intel gets sent to intel@bearindependent.com. So if you have intel you want to share, it goes to intel@bearindependent.com. But here's the deal. I think people are starting to become conditioned to this. It was a lot like COVID. Like the first few months, everybody was up in arms. We did COVID briefs every day, right? Everybody had to know. And then after a while, this is just where we are now, right? I think with this inflation and this tyranny that we're experiencing now and this great reset that we're experiencing now, people are starting to adapt to it. The Overton window has shifted. It's no big deal, right? Even Dave, Southern Prepper 1, with the Boots on the Ground series. I still watch him occasionally, but it's all the same stuff. And I'm taking nothing away from Dave, but the reporting he's getting every day is all the same stuff. Gas is up, food availability is down, everything's more expensive, inflation, supply chain issues, semis not on the road over here, but on the road over here, crime is up. It's the same stuff every day, and people are just beginning to become immune to it. Bonus intel, food and agriculture. Quote, hey, just a heads up, a third flock of turkeys have tested positive for bird flu in the past 2 weeks. A total of 120,000 birds will be culled. This will put lots of price pressure on turkey meat. I have 26 turkeys currently. It will put zero pressure on my turkey meat.
Well, they're just giving you the heads up because it's almost turkey eating season.
Right.
So they got to say, oh, remember earlier in the year, oh, we got to kill all the chickens because everybody's going to eat chickens. Oh, we got to kill the cows. Now we got to kill the turkeys.
That's a good point, because when you go to Thanksgiving to buy a turkey and it's 2 to 3 times as much, part of what they're going to say is, well, it's because of the unavailability of turkey, which the regime will blame on, oh, it's a supply chain issue, not the fact that the dollar has lost 30% of its purchasing power since Biden has been inaugurated. Not that. Let's see, I'm guessing many more flocks will have to be tested, so we will see what happens. Central Minnesota is one of the largest poultry producers in the country. You know, if we have an outbreak as large as 2005, turkey will be almost unavailable. Hey, security. Quote, I'm a maintenance technician at a major manufacturer in southwest Iowa. Last night, our substation was tampered with, causing an entire shift, approximately 50 people, to go home. This is not an isolated incident. This has happened all over the area, and I fear it will continue to happen and get worse. Probing attacks. I don't know how many freaking times I have to say it, but, you know, I guess one more. The grid is incredibly fragile. How do I know? I built a bunch of it. I maintained a bunch of it. And also it was my job to teach people how to break it so that they could put it back together again, so that they would know when bad guys try to break it, what vectors of attack to look for. It's incredibly fragile. I could take this entire region offline with what I have in this pickup truck right now. Give me a couple of hours. In fact, there's a substation not far from here.
Well, what you would use on a pickup truck, you would catch 2 squirrels and then you would take out the whole grid.
That's true. We'd go over to the farm store, get one of those little live traps, fill it full of squirrels, and just release them at the substation. Yeah, the squirrels get grounded out in the substation. They're going to literally turn to carbon about that fast. Well, it depends on the voltage of the substation, but we'll see. Quote, a friend of mine and his family have been farming this area for several generations. He told me yesterday that one farm he's working at right now operates upwards of 60 irrigation pivots for their fields. The other day, the power company came out to the farm and in the evening and made them shut all the pivots down as the company was diverting power to California. Yeah, fun. Today, I had calls from 2 clients regarding layoffs. These are small companies that are being devastated by the high cost of fuel and other energy needs. Another factor for one client is the fast decline in the price of scrap metal. This is the first time in a few years that I've had this conversation with clients. I expect it to continue. As we all know, reductions in labor force is a lagging indicator of a recession. I believe this is just the beginning. And last, I work for a small biotech company in northeastern Ohio that focuses on delivering life-saving treatments for children suffering from ultra-rare diseases. We have various oxygen sensors in our manufacturing facility that monitor air quality in and around the area with liquid nitrogen. We replace these life-saving sensors every 2 years. We recently ordered these sensors and were originally told a ship date of mid-September 2022. However, that quickly changed to February 23. The vendor cites major supply chain issues and asked if these sensors would cause a shutdown in our facility. Since they won't, they asked if we would be okay with delaying our shipment until February. Now, that's the brief. If you are on Patreon, you have the links and you have the written brief. And you have, I think since last Friday, so in the last week, I've put up over 20 Patreon posts. Exclusive content. If you're not on Patreon, you don't have that, and that's okay. You know, you could do us a favor by liking and sharing this. And if you're new here, go ahead and consider subscribing. If you need some daily news to keep you well informed, but also a bit of shenaniganry and maybe a fresh perspective. You know, I'm not one of those people that says the zombies are going to rape your dog and eat your kids. I'm like, where are the zombies? Headshots. Let's deal with this thing, right? Grow food. Get independent of the broken, fragile system. Maybe you might want to subscribe here. And if you're already subscribed, you know what to do. Share this show with whoever you think needs to see it. Now, for those that don't like to talk about how to support the show, here's your cue. Beat, feet, skedaddle, get out of here. Have a blessed day. Shaloha. For everybody else, refugemedical.com. Truth in advertising. I am the CEO and founder of Refuge Medical, but praise the Most High, we now have 20 families that work for us. We have a badass team that is kicking orders out. Our fulfillment time right now, fulfillment time right now is 14 hours. From the time you order something to the time it ships, 14 hours. That's pretty badass, because when we say we have stuff in stock, we mean it's actually under our roof, not we're hoping the semi is going to show up and they're going to be like, oh yeah, you'll have it on Tuesday. By Tuesday, we mean Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. No, that's not us. If we have it in stock, it's under our roof, ready to ship to you. And pretty much everything is in stock right now. Bare facts, SOBs, ARCs, the new OSHA compliance kit, which is out. I'll do a video on that probably next week. If you're on Patreon, you've already seen it. The Slick kit, sexy legs and khaki kit. You need an EDC kit? That's right, the Slick kit. Launched that on Patreon earlier in the week as well. Lots of stuff going on at Refuge. Your promo code is always this Bear Nation for free shipping on everything in the store. And right now, if you spend more than $150, you get a free cat tourniquet. That's right. Generation 7 North American Rescue Combat Application Tourniquet Committee on TCCC recommended windlass tourniquet, the one, the only cat tourniquet. You spend $150 or more, you get a real cat tourniquet. It's $300 or more, you get a real bleeding control kit from North American Rescue with a tourniquet, pressure bandage, 2 cubes of wound packing gauze, 2 pairs of gloves, a set of shears, a Mylar blanket, and an instruction card. And if you spend $400 or more, you get a legit wound care bucket that will treat grievous injuries for a minimum of 30 days. Gauze, tape, gloves, disinfectant, all bucketed up in a bucket, sealed to last an eternity. Stack it with all the rest of your preps. RefugeMedical.com. Handmade, made in America, guaranteed forever. 51 lives saved to date on all continents with all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces electively. And oh, did I mention 51 people still alive because we showed up to work. Badass. Refuge training. If you don't know how to use your stuff, you need to go to Dallas or Waco. You'll find the dates. RefugeTraining.com. Go there. Do it now. Dallas for sure. There's an international airport there. Go. If you're within a half a day's drive of either of those dates, go. And the Waco class is always the bomb. It's at Tiger Valley in Waco. It's a phenomenal place to do work, including force on force and scenario-based training and tactical medical and stop the bleed and the March algorithm and all those other things. So refugetraining.com. Lastly, grindstoneministries.com and Caleb House. We're on our way to go do some work at Caleb House today. Caleb House is our restoration facility for juvenile human trafficking survivors and victims of sex crimes. And so if you think that it's an abomination that there are men walking free right now who are habitually, ritually raping children, and you'd like to do something about that, prayerfully consider supporting us at grindstoneministries.com. We are 100% supported by y'all. Everything we do, every dime we have has come from y'all. So thank y'all for being badass and equipping and empowering us so that we can go do the works of the Most High.